Y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Y'all, what's going on? This your boy Great Vibes on 10 for the win. Y'all, it's good to see y'all on today. Um, Before we get started, y'all, just come on in and tap the screen on TikTok, YouTube. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Edie, it's good to see you. Michelle, it's good to see you. Randy, it's good to see you in the building. Haram, it's good to see you. Sparkle, it's good to see you in the building. Amy Williams, good to see you. Latanya, it's good to see you. Maria, it's good to see you. Fat Boo, of course, it's always good to see you. Alex, how you doing? Um, for everybody that's coming in on TikTok, I just hit live, so y'all just come on in here and yeah, tap the screen and get those lights up. Sparkle, what you say? You said when we were growing up, it was steers and but I don't see horns. All right, y'all. Yeah, yeah, y'all just come on in and tap the screen, tap the screen. I see you right now, y'all. I literally just hit the live button, and y'all already cutting up on YouTube. Literally, y'all cutting up already. I haven't even started monologuing yet, and you cutting up already. Y'all just I don't know what I'm gonna say about y'all. Kelsey, it's good to see you. Um, yeah, I hit the YouTube live first. I had to hit the live first. That's the only way. That's the only way it's gonna work. Laura, good to see you. Alex, it's good to see you. You say you love the TikTok shop. I ain't even got started. Y'all saying y'all love the TikTok shop. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Before I get started, um, if y'all hear me say September, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say no dates. I'm gonna just say the month. We don't want to get, taken down. We don't want to get, reported for misinformation because what I have to show you all, oh yeah, uh, they lied to us. Um, yeah, his ass was in Florida reading books, huh? Y'all know who I'm talking about. His ass was in Florida at an elementary school reading books. Yeah, partner, we remember. Oh, we remember. All right, y'all. So, Carson Tucker just released this video. Yeah, Kelsey. Carson Tucker just released this video. And this is part one. And the stuff that he exposed with the people that y'all so called trust. Oh, I ain't gonna say shit. TikTok, you see it right here. I'm not gonna say a motherfucking word. If you can read, you can see it. All right? YouTube, y'all see it as big as day. All right? Everybody that's watching on YouTube, I suggest you to cut your TV on. Cut your TV on right now. Because this right here, what I'm about to play and show you all, is fucked up. It's fucked up. This is why I tell y'all be careful on who y'all trust, including myself. Y'all see what happened with Charlie Kirk. That guy that was on the building that they claimed that there was was the pupil. Uh-uh. Now it's been discovered. It was two. Y'all, it was two. The guy that was on the building, it wasn't him. Allegedly, it was another guy that was dressed in a fatigue outfit. But I'm gonna pause right there. I'm gonna pause right there. So y'all come on in. When we get to 5,000 taps, I'm gonna start the video. The only thing I ask y'all to do is when this video start, just tap the screen. Y'all see TikTok, we got a daily live goal. I just need 20 people to send me 20 asses. The big booty corgi. All right? Just 20 people to hit that daily live goal. That's all I ask. All right? Because this right here, what's about to play, This shit right here can get me taken down quickly. All right? So when TikTok see y'all interactive, seeing y'all active, they're not going to touch the platform. And I got to get this word out. All right? So tap the screen, get those likes up. Let's see who we got. Brenda, thank you so much for your daily heart meet. Laura, thank you so much for the popular. Thank you so much also for the hearts. Thank you so much for the daily heart meet. I really appreciate it. So yeah, y'all tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. You said pew pew from the back for real. From the back, Kurt. Man, listen, I've been watching Candace Owens, and you know she's bringing up details. She's bringing up proof. That shit show that his wife put on at that occasion, whatever the fuck you call that shit that happened out there at that stadium, y'all, that was a show. That was Hollywood at its finest. That failed. All right. The way that woman was talking about her husband, that woman didn't love her husband. That woman was sitting there allegedly promoting that business. I'm just oiling up my fingers, that's all. Now, I want y'all to hear me out with this here. All right? Thank y'all so much for the 7,000 likes. I want y'all to hear me out on this. A lot of people lost their loved ones to this incident in September. When I covered this 2 years ago, I had plenty of you all to come on my panel and talk about your loved ones that you lost in that building, you know, or in them buildings. When I do open the panel up at the end of this video, listen, I respect you all, but don't come up here monologuing. All right? I respect you all, but please don't come up here monologuing. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Carson Tucker, yeah, this guy, he just dropped it. He dropped this shit. And you will not believe who's behind it. All right? You said not all Americans. I lost a family member. Yeah, it's a lot of people lost family members, right? Including myself. All right? Y'all ready? We got there? Cool. Y'all at 10,000. I said 5. All right, y'all. Tap the screen. Make sure we hit that daily live goal, all right? If we can't hit that daily live goal, I will shut TikTok down and we just be on YouTube only. All right? I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. For everybody that gifted already, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's get right to it. Y'all be ready, because this some bullshit.
Years now,
Oh, we got to hear. Well, it would be nice if we can hear the fucking audio. Hold on.
Politicians, the media.
It would be nice if my headphones was on. That's why I can't hear shit, because my headphones ain't on. There it is. All right, y'all. Tap the screen. Let's go.
Media, intel agencies in this country and abroad have all demanded that you believe the official story about 9/11. And here's what it is. They tell you a group of al-Qaeda affiliated terrorists, many of whom were known to U.S. intel services, somehow managed to evade capture for years as they planned the most significant and elaborate terror attack in human history.
All right, I'm going to pause right there because Carson Tucker is coming out the gate talking. Listen, Black Mirror said, get it together. Get your bald-headed ass together. I got you, brother. Listen. For everybody that's tapping the screen, I really appreciate it. This man is coming out the gate firing. That type of language will get me taken down off TikTok, all right? So as long as y'all tapping the screen and y'all are, I need that daily live goal, all right? 3rd time. Y'all do that, we should be fine. Amy, you say you don't want to say too much? You said I got so much hate trying to wake people up. You're going to get hate off this shit. You're really going to get hate, especially trying to. Anyway, let's go.
We're told that despite repeated encounters with the FBI, the CIA, local law enforcement, airport security, foreign intel organizations, the right information somehow never made it to the right people. The government failed because it just didn't have the intelligence it needed. That's the story. That story is a lie. Nearly 25 years later, the families of 3,000 civilians are still mourning the murder of their loved ones. Anyone who doubts the official narrative is cast as a kook, a criminal, a fringe.
Ready to start eating healthier? Meet Ka'Chava. Ka'Chava is the world's health
conspiracy theorist and punished. They've been blacklisted and censored and banned. Even as the leaders who failed to protect our country on 9/11 use these attacks as a pretense to expand their own powers.
I'm going to pause right there. This is for educational purposes only. We do not we love the TikTok shop. I need everybody watching right now. Drop in the comments, we love the TikTok shop. Please do that right now. If you bought something out of the TikTok shop, drop it in the comments. If you bought some drawers, you bought some condoms, God damn it, if you bought a damn rose. if you bought some toys, drop it in the comments. Shit, I don't give a damn. I get you say I can't pin nothing, you just did. Yeah, whatever you bought in the TikTok shop, whatever your ass bought in the TikTok shop, drop it in the comments. God damn it, shit, y'all ass be in that TikTok shop buying shit and make sure that your boyfriend and your husband don't see it. Yeah, chill the fuck out. Socks and a beanie. Half of y'all need to buy socks when y'all try to go to bed, especially when y'all be making love or having smets with people. Cover them damn feet so don't nobody want to see them stank ass toes. The fuck? So we know the narrative that came out allegedly that this guy, right? This guy, I'm trying to do it for TikTok. This guy right here. Y'all see who he is? His ass was in Florida at an elementary school in the morning, y'all, early in the fucking morning, reading books to a bunch of damn kindergartners. Let's make this clear. His ass was in Florida, deep down at the bottom of the fucking United States of America, at an elementary school, reading a fucking book to kids. Y'all remember the narrative that came out? They showed you the video of the services, the secret, leaning over to him, and he did this right here. He just leaned back and just did this right here. This is what he did. He was reading the fucking book. He was reading the book. Pop said Joe. Joe said Pop. Pop goes the weasel. And the weasel goes Pop. You know how he do that laugh? The cow jumped over the ditch. And then the ditch called the cow a bitch. That was interjected. Damn. The egg jumped over the moon, and the moon was in the backyard. God damn it. Hey, they just hit the buildings. Here you go. It wasn't no quick reaction or none. He just sat there. In his head, damn, that shit worked. Allegedly. It worked. Usually when you have an attack on our soil, what the first thing they do? He's not going to sit there. I don't give a fuck where it's at in the United States of America. They finna put the HNIC, they finna put his ass in the air ASAP. So why did they sit there? All right?
And permanently transform the United States. None of this is speculation. All of it is true. Over the course of this series, you will hear accounts from people who lived it. CIA officers and analysts who were there, FBI agents from the bin Laden unit, family members of the victims. None of these people are kooks. All of them have firsthand information. What they'll tell you is that what you have been told about September 11th is not true. Why are we doing this? Our purpose is in part to make the strongest possible case for a real investigation into 9/11 25 years later. A new 9/11 commission, one that is honest, one that is not guided by partisan political interest, one that is not serving foreign powers. To do this investigation,
this game, you're not ready for it.
We spent many months looking into what actually happened and speaking to people who saw it. We poured over thousands of pages of documents, mostly primary sources, but also contemporaneous news reports and declassified government documents. Over the course of this investigation, we made numerous findings that shocked us, not least of which the apparent role that former CIA Director John Brennan played in helping bring the 9/11 hijackers to the United States, and the remarkable lengths the CIA went to protect the 9/11 hijackers from the FBI and from domestic law enforcement. Telling the full story requires starting before the attacks, going back to something called Alec Station, that was the CIA's bin Laden unit.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Now, everything that he's saying is allegedly, and everything that I'm saying is allegedly. You mean to tell me that these people was brought over here, allegedly, by our own people to get them set up? Allegedly. Our people that we pay our tax dollars to, allegedly, brought them over here. You I lost 2 cousins in that building. Building 1. I don't know what floor that they worked on. I don't know what the fuck they did for a living in that building. All I know is I was sitting in English in my language arts class in that portable watching that fucking TV when that shit was happening in real time in the 11th grade. When I got home, because remember, we couldn't have our cell phones in the classroom. When we got home, when I tell you, text messages, phone calls, my auntie, the one that just recently passed, when I tell y'all, she was fucked up, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. They did a group call. I never met these cousins ever in my life, but they was fucked up because they never ever got out. All right? And you mean to tell me that our people brought them over here? Allegedly?
In 1999.
My name is Mark Rossini. I'm a former FBI agent. So from January 1999 to May of 2003, I was the FBI New York Joint Terrorism Task Force representative to Alec Station at CIA headquarters. Before 9/11, there were no sources in Al-Qaeda. None. There was a group of Pashtun caretakers, okay? They called them the Trod Pints. Trod Pints were these Pashtun people that were bin Laden's T-boys and T-gals, right? And they were the great source of the Pakistani.
Okay, all right, we getting deep with this shit. Listen, the shit is starting to get deep. Y'all, listen. I need 20 people to hit this daily live goal. That's the 5th time I said it. I need 20 people to hit this daily live goal. I am putting my platform on the line to hit this, to do this. All right? I just need 20 people. That's it. All right? Just 20 people. That's it to hit this live goal. All right? That's all. That's all. That's all. Sweet Melissa, thank you so much for the Daily Heartmeat. Kristen, thank you so much for the popular Stormy Sky. Thank you so much for the heart. The iHeart Radio, appreciate that. Kristen, thank you so much for the heart. Shakira, thank you so much for the Daily Heartmeat. Ruby Ann, thank you so much for the Daily Heartmeat. Who we got here? Brenda, Cheryl, Debbie. Thank all of y'all so much for the damn. Cheryl gave 10. Thank you so much for that. Somebody is Nisa is throwing the big ass corches. So y'all mean to tell me Nisa is the only somebody that's throwing these corches out here? Nisa sent 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Thank you so much, Nisa 777. Maria, thank you so much for the love you so much. Queen JWZ, thank you so much for the rose. I really appreciate it. Let's go. Let's get it.
Intel service that was feeding information from the Trad Pints to the ISI to the CIA about what was going on in Al-Qaeda. They had all the electronic communication satellite shit in the world, imagery. I remember looking at images of bin Laden, in his courtyard, all that. Fine. But what's in his head? What's he saying? What's he doing? These people are 10,000 miles away. They don't give a shit about American law. They don't care about going to jail. They want to die. How are you going to get a source inside there?
Before September 11th, U.S. intel services got most of their intelligence on bin Laden from what was called the Hada Home switchboard in Sana'a, Yemen. That was a communications hub that bin Laden and his associates used to communicate with each other. They were, at the time, living in Yemen. The FBI gained access to this after the 1998 embassy bombings in East Africa.
How did we officially get the Hada Home in Sana'a, Yemen on the books, on the radar, if you will?
Hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this instead?
Just in case y'all want to talk about me and these fucking commercials, if you say anything in your mind about these commercials, you can kiss my ass. I am not paying for YouTube Premium. And if y'all talk about me and these fucking commercials, all y'all can go to hell, all right? I ain't paying for no YouTube Premium. You can kiss my ass. I ain't paying for this shit. So if you think I'm a pay, everybody that's saying some shit right now under your breath, all y'all can kiss my ass and go back to heaven. I don't care. Nobody never told y'all that. Kiss your ass and go to heaven. Use it with this social security number. Say, dude, chill, it's okay. Hell the fuck no, I'm not doing that. Kristen, thank you so much for pinning that. We already at 50,000 taps. Thank y'all so much for y'all finger equity. So men, when you get home to your girlfriend, this day and time, your boyfriends, when you get home to your girlfriends and your wife, make sure you give her that finger equity. Let's hit play.
Nairobi, 1998, August 7th. John Antisef, Special Agent John Antisef, greatest FBI agent ever in the FBI, even better than me. John flies over to Nairobi, and one of the survivors, one of the perpetrators who chickened out and ran and lived, Dawood Rashid Al-Awali, Saudi, he gets captured by the Kenyan police. John flies over from New York, and already there have been 2 FBI agents interviewing Dawood. They were getting someplace, but they really weren't getting that far, right? John walks in. And first thing he does, says, "You need some water? You want a drink? Did you eat today? Did you pray? Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. He's fine. I said, just relax. Just let's have a chat. He didn't beat him with a phone book. He didn't fucking waterboard him. He didn't pull his fingernails out. He wasn't Mr. Tough Guy, like all these fucking assholes like Dick Cheney want to believe, right? All pieces of shit. He talked to him.
Boy, that's the power. Listen, y'all, that's the power of having your own channel. You can talk however the fuck you want to talk. I like this guy. Real quick, shout outs to Gigi. Thank you so much for the cat. Gun Riff Jim, thank you so much for the fireworks. Thank you so much for that, Marjorie. Thank you so much for the daily hearts, and also Pandora. Thank you so much for the heart me. Gigi, thank you so much for the musical symbol, and Kristen, thank you so much for the 10 gold populars. Appreciate it.
Like a human being. Take me through the day. Talk to me. So I went to the hotel and I got my stuff ready. And did you call anybody? Yeah. I called this number. And he wrote it down. And he gave John the number of the Hada home in Sana'a, Yemen, which was the Al-Qaeda switchboard that we in the FBI had no fucking clue existed up until that point. CIA and NSA did, because remember, they had been listening to the Nairobi cell and their activity since 1996. We in the FBI didn't know about that number.
The Hada home wasn't just a communications hub for Al-Qaeda. It was the physical home of the father-in-law of Khalid al-Midhar, one of the future 9/11 hijackers.
At the end of 1999, listening to that phone is when the CIA learns and the NSA learns that Khalid al-Midhar is going to be traveling from there to Dubai, and then from Dubai onward to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, to meet the summit.
The summit was a meeting of an operational cadre of
Okay, this shit right here is crazy. this shit is this shit is crazy. This shit, are y'all who's keeping up? Who's keeping up with this shit? Cause this shit is disturbing, allegedly. You say you watched it this morning. Great minds think alike. Kristen actually brought this to my attention. She said, "Great Vibes, check this shit out." Man, wait, are y'all keeping up with this shit? And y'all want to sit here and say, y'all want to believe the shit that they put on TV and told y'all, oh, with Charlie Kirk, oh, it was a guy with a USA flag shirt on. He did it. Well, if he did it, why the fuck they gotta have a fucking decoy? Old ass Gerald running through walking down from the top to make his way down, waving his hand and say, hey, it was me. I told y'all when that shit happened, I told y'all off the rip, some ain't right about this shit. Did I not say that? Because remember, you got too many hands involved. So when they start pushing right after Y2K, y'all remember Y2K? Vienna sausages, ramen noodles, right? All of y'all, you sitting by the damn fireplace because you thinking your power about to go out. Most of y'all just got upgraded to Windows 2000 from Windows XP. Do you remember? So y'all thinking, including myself, all of us in this shit together, we all thinking the world is about to come to an end. But the whole time they had some shit in play. And I didn't know this until today. That was part of the whole plan for what's about to happen that following year. To get everybody in an uproar, to get y'all minds away from doing our digging and our researching, away from that to thinking about our own personal lives. Now remember, the only search engine we had at the time was what? Yahoo? Some shit like that. And Yahoo wasn't even that powerful. It was good enough. The search engine was fine. Right? Google wasn't out there like that. Bing wasn't out there like that. All these other search engines wasn't out there like that. And hell, YouTube didn't even make the scenes yet. It wasn't no social media. The only social media we had was MySpace. And you can only have a fucking cover fucking profile for that. The only thing we did on MySpace, whoever had the best cover photo. The cover page. So what was they hiding? Us not knowing that they was planning all this shit for the following year. Allegedly.
Al-Qaeda affiliated terrorists from around the world.
He was scheduled to travel on or about January 5th, 2000. The NSA has the ability, did and probably still has, to get any airplane reservation it wants in the world and know about it, right? We knew his passport number, we had the phone, we had everything. So we knew his travel information. We knew what flights he was taking, we knew what seat he was going to sit in. The CIA arranges for when he gets to Dubai to be secondary, okay? Not fully questioned, but, talk to him a little bit. And then he goes to his hotel room and they arrange to search his room and go in. And when they go in, his passport is there and they take pictures of it or photocopy it. And they send back the imagery. And lo and behold, in his passport is a visa to go to the United States of America.
Ain't this some shit?
Issued out of the American consulate in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Ha! Yo! I'm done. I'm fucking done. Book closed. But, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Oh, motherfuckers, y'all lied. You lying piece of shit. You.
According to one recently released court filings, quote, the visas were issued to facilitate an operation run by the Saudis and the CIA spying operation. The station chief in Riyadh at the time was future CIA Director John Brennan. The CIA continued tracking al-Midhar to Kuala Lumpur, where he met up with other al-Qaeda associates, including Nawaf al-Hazmi, a second future 9/11 hijacker.
He lands in Kuala Lumpur. They entrust the Malaysia Special Branch police to surveil this terror summit in this park in Kuala Lumpur.
Do y'all hear this? They calling this a TERR summit. Allegedly. They're calling this a summit. A fucking summit.
And so much so to tail them and to surveil them, etc.
Yeah, just be on the lookout. Yeah, Kristen, just be on the lookout. Mute them first. If you can confirm they are bots.
And that information ends up in a communication from Kuala Lumpur Station CIA to CIA headquarters, to Alex Station, to the computer screen of me and Special Agent Doug Miller of Washington Field Office FBI. You have this cable that lays out the meeting in Kuala Lumpur, the photocopying of his passport in Dubai, and the learning of the visa to go to the United States of America. Doug Miller gets up from his cubicle of power, comes over to my cubicle of power and says, hey, we got to tell the FBI about this. I said, Doug, you're damn right. He goes, I'll write up the CIR. What is a CIR? A CIR is what is a Central Intelligence Report. Doug writes it, he sends it to me. I approve it, and it goes to the desk of Michael Ann Casey, CIA officer, analyst. And it sits in her queue, her electronic queue, and it doesn't move for like a day or two. It should move in a fucking few hours. I'll never forget, like it was yesterday. I'll never forget. I standing over her, I said, hey, Doug's CIR. It's got to go to the FBI. And she said, no, it's not. I said, well, why not? She said, because it's not FBI not an FBI matter. What do you mean it's an FBI matter? So it's a CIA matter, and when and if we want the FBI to know, we will tell them, and you are not to say anything. I said, but they got a visa to come to the U.S. Like, they said, no, we're handling it, and when we want to tell the FBI, we will. And I looked at her, and you remember she got up, but she put her hands on her hip, pointing a finger at me. Now, in my naivete, I believed her. And I have to live with that every day of my life.
Damn,
That I believed her.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So by him, I want to make sure I get this straight. Allegedly, this is one of the former directors, right? The CI, the directors, and he put his trust in someone from the FBI, and he believed everything that she said, so he let it go. So my question is, I wonder if he have this guilt in his heart that he could have stopped it. Do that make sense? That he could have stopped the whole. I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying. He could have stopped what happened in September. Because me just listening to him and looking at his face, I know, you TikTok, y'all got the little small screen, but I'm looking at it fucking right here. And you could see the frustration and the agony, and you could see it. It's there. Like, and I wonder, do he ask himself, damn, did I cause this? Okay.
So here's a company we're always excited to advertise because we actually use their products every day. It's Merryweather Farms. Remember when everybody knew their neighborhood butcher? You look back and you feel like, oh, there was something really important about that bureau. The hijackers were moving. On January 8th, 2000, CIA surveillance teams reported that Al-Midhar had boarded a flight to Bangkok, Thailand. He was accompanied by a man they identified as Al-Hazmi. According to the official account, this is where the trail went cold. The CIA placed their names on a watch list and asked that Thai authorities track their movements. 3 months later, the Thai government reported back. Al-Hazmi had boarded a United Airlines flight to Los Angeles. Al-Midhar was with him. The two hijackers had arrived in the United States.
But here's my problem with this whole fucking thing and the whole subsequent investigation of 9/11. You have the CIA then following one man and then two men all over the planet.
Put a fresh spin on pork ribs. On barbecue night. On
planet. And then eventually even to America, right? Landing in Los Angeles, California, and you don't tell the FBI.
But why would the CIA want to hide the highly relevant and potentially dangerous fact that two known al-Qaeda terrorists had just landed in California? According to a recently released court filing, former White House counterterrorism czar Richard Clarke told government investigators that the, quote, CIA was running a false flag operation to recruit the hijackers.
When Cofer Black became
the more I listen to this shit, the most pissed off that I'm getting. All right. They always talking about, national security, right? National security. Allegedly, you so-called track these people movement all around the world and track them all the way in your own backyard. But him not knowing that his counterparts allegedly was part of this, along with the FI. Read between the lines, the FI. I'm going to call it the FIB, the Phoebe, the FUB, the Phoebe. You said, Spark said we were active military when this happened. I know, wait a minute. I know more than I care to, I guess, to talk about. Yeah, keep it to yourself. If you're a former military, no. How are we safe ever? We're not. We're not, allegedly. This is why I tell y'all, always stay prepared for the unknown, right? Because you never know. No, yesterday a lot of people were scared because they thought the fucking world was about to end. They thought Jesus was coming back. All right? And we all still here. Right? I'm going to drop the video of the pastor apologizing. Day before yesterday, his ass got on social media and apologized. And y'all dumbasses went out here selling your house, your cars, giving away money, allegedly, all this other bullshit because you so tight. You believe, boy. You said my father, rest in peace, was a Marine. He hated the government. Gotcha.
Became the head of the Counterterrorism Center at CIA. He was aghast that they had no sources in Al-Qaeda. So he told me, I'm going to try to get sources in Al-Qaeda. I can understand them possibly saying, we need to develop sources inside Al-Qaeda. When we do that, we can't tell anybody about it.
After Clark made that claim publicly, he received an angry call from former director of the CIA, George Tenet, who did not deny the allegations made by Mr. Clark, end quote. But when we reached out to Tenet, his spokesperson denied that the CIA was recruiting hijackers, calling it false rumors and saying, quote, that's categorically not true. He also recalled that the executive director of the 9/11 Commission, Philip Zelikow, blocked the commission's investigation into the matter at the behest of Condoleezza Rice.
CIA had this delusional grand plan.
Let me pause it right there because we don't want to get taken down. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to keep pausing. I got to. We don't want to TikTok the flaggers. If you're keeping up, drop a 1 in the chat because I'm past keeping up. Man, boy. Let me ask y'all this right here before we continue the video. Also, drop a 1 in the chat if you lost a loved one in this shit right here. Because of their whole operation. The same people we pay our tax dollars to, because of this whole operation, we have lost a loved one. Drop a 1 in the chat. Mel K said, I've known this for a very long time, and I'm glad it's finally coming out. Marcy said, I'm shocked right now, but I'm low-key not surprised. Former military here. Thank you so much for your service. Sparkle said, my husband went to Kuwait for this mess and helped bring soldiers home. Nisa said, so heartbreaking, innocent, or unalived, sit abundance to all. So Randy said, this is too sensitive. Edith said, you got to use Yandex when researching. Yeah, that's facts. You say I'm going to get taken down. That's why I keep pausing it. You said keep one eye open for the unknown. Well, Randy, the reason why I still got TikTok open is because they are slowly hitting the live goal. So right now we're good. All right, we're good. Paul says sad deal, but glad it's coming to the front. Thank y'all. You said Rupp needs to release files for September. No, what he's doing don't need none of that shit. Because what good is that going to do us? He's doing enough right here. Let's continue. Because this shit is fucking disturbing. I'm just saying on my end.
So the CIA, with their information that they had from the Hatta House and their own psychological analysis of everybody in that team, They figured the best way is maybe to recruit somebody who came over from Malaysia. Khalil Mirdhar and Nawaf al-Hazmi. We kept the FBI at bay because we told Mark Rossini and Doug Miller to shut the fuck up. So let's just try to get inside there. And that's what went wrong. That was the grand lie, the grand risk, the grand delusion. You had a duty to protect Americans, and you failed because of your fucking fantastical delusion that you could recruit somebody inside the cell.
The official 9/11 report does not address the CIA's plan to recruit the hijackers. It's not even mentioned.
Great Vibes, are you shocked at this? No. Are you disappointed? I don't know if anybody know when you actually hear something like this that was just released, it takes you back to 2001. It takes your mind all the way back to 2001. I'm telling y'all, I remember exactly where I was sitting at in my classroom.
It's possible this is because the CIA blocked 9/11 Commission investigators from talking to the agents who participated in the plot. Amazingly, the CIA's director of operations kept the CIA operative attempting to recruit the hijackers, referred to as VVV in the documents, away from the Commission's investigators. The consequence of this? The Commission's explanation for this story is that the CIA made an honest mistake. The actual language in the report says the CIA played, quote, zone defense, and the FBI had a man-to-man approach to counterterrorism.
This is for educational purposes only. You said, y'all just stay with me. Please stay with me, all right? You said the chat is deleting your comments. You said T-word campaigning in U.S. cities. Y'all just stay with me. Just stay with me. Right now, we're at 87,000 taps. I really appreciate it. And we haven't even been live for an hour. Thank y'all so much. Kristen, thank you so much for that. You said it's bad guys known since that day. This detail, though, this the deal. This detail. You see, they're giving timestamps. And even man, look, bro, boy. Let's go.
Difference in strategies is why the CIA didn't tell the FBI that terrorists had arrived on American soil. Incredibly, the Commission investigators didn't ask the CIA director at the time, George Tenet, about the summit in Kuala Lumpur or why the CIA had blocked the FBI from being warned. It wasn't the story they wanted.
And that is the crux of the matter, and that is the truth, and no one has ever answered those questions. No one has the balls to, because they're afraid, because the house will come tumbling down.
Imagine.
Man, that man, y'all, he ain't bullshitting. That man ain't bullshitting at all. That man, he telling it all, y'all. Y'all, he's telling it all. And Kimberly, they will call you that. They will call you that. That's a bullshit. I think they came up with that word conspiracy theorists. I think they come up with, well, when did they come up with that fucking word? What, back in the 80s, right? If they know you have knowledge and information, and you want to talk about this information, guess what? If it goes against the narrative, their narrative, you're going to be called a conspiracy theorist. Meaning, hey, Do not listen to these people. They conspiracy thousand. You said, yes, the three-letter people created that word. That's absolutely correct. They did.
Bringing your side project to life just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
So how exactly did the CIA try to recruit the 9/11 hijackers? Well, one amazing thing about their arrival is that they didn't try to hide. The hijackers used their real names while in the United States. They operated in plain daylight. Al-Hazmi and Al-Midhar lived in San Diego for more than a year before the attacks. They lived openly. In fact, they were so open that Hazmi's name, address, and a home phone number were listed in the San Diego phone book.
You mean to tell me the three-letter people made it possible for these people to come onto U.S. soil, create an establishment, and to be listed in the phone book? You said look into Larry Silverstein. Edie, I got your I think that was you that sent that email. Yeah, when I do part 2 of this, because we got maybe 10 more minutes left on this. When I do part 2 of this, I'm doing this strictly on YouTube so I can stop pausing it. I'm doing this part 2 strictly on YouTube. You say you could barely hear me? God damn it, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How about that? Can you hear me now? Did I turn the volume up? Can you hear me? Did that work, y'all, or do I need to turn my volume up some more? Paul said, God damn it, yes, sir. You said that is so much better. Why? How come y'all didn't say nothing the first time? Sometimes this mic is so fucking sensitive to where it will adjust itself. You said louder. Truth always prevails, said louder. No, part 2 has not been released yet. All right, part 2 has not been released. Let's finish up here. All right. Y'all ask what's my YouTube channel. While we taking a little break, there go the here come the YouTube link. YouTube, thank y'all so much for doing what y'all doing. But TikTok, y'all keep tapping the screen. All right, we almost finished with the video, but you can find the replay here. This is my YouTube link here. But when I do part 2 to this, right? When I do part 2, it's not going to be on TikTok at all because I'm tired of this shit. All right, let's continue. All right.
When they arrived, the hijackers encountered a Saudi intel operative called Omar al-Bayoumi. They met at a restaurant outside of Los Angeles.
The CIA utilized the Saudis in the form of Omar al-Bayoumi to spy for them and to gather intelligence.
Before 9/11, the CIA was forbidden from engaging in domestic spying. They used the Saudi intelligence as a workaround.
We'll rely upon the Saudi GID, General Intelligence Directorate, their version of the CIA, via Prince Bandar, via their man, Omar al-Bayoumi, to keep us informed as to the activity of these terrorists.
Bayoumi's notebook, which was uncovered when British law enforcement raided his home in the UK, contained a drawing of an airplane and mathematical calculations related to flying it. The 9/11 Commission investigators never saw this. At the time, al-Bayoumi had a no-show job at a Saudi aviation contractor called Avco. The company's employees say he was one of roughly 50 ghost employees working there at the time, taking the paycheck but never coming to work. According to declassified government documents, an investigator from the 9/11 Commission said al-Bayoumi was receiving substantial sums of money from the Saudi embassy in Washington prior to the 9/11 attacks, that the money was being funneled from accounts at Riggs Bank in Georgetown belonging to Haifa bin Faisal, the wife of the Saudi ambassador to the United States. By using the Saudis as a proxy to recruit the 9/11 hijackers, the CIA gave itself cover. If things went wrong, they could push a narrative that blamed the Saudi government for the attacks, which is what they did.
For all intents and purposes, Omar al-Bayoumi was an employee of the Saudi Arabian embassy in Washington, D.C., in their consulate in Los Angeles, California.
Al-Bayoumi convinced the hijackers to move to San Diego. He helped them find an apartment. He served as a co-signer on the lease to that apartment. He paid their first month's rent and deposit. He got them bank accounts. He got them driver's license. He introduced them to many other radical Muslims in the area, including the cleric Anwar al-Awlaki. Eventually, al-Midhar went home to Yemen.
Khalid al-Midhar leaves America for his daughter's birth, right? And in that time, he loses his passport. He claims he went to Afghanistan. He goes back to Jeddah and gets another passport. And by this time, even prior, as I understand it now, the Saudis had identified the terrorists, the hijackers, as potential threats to the kingdom. And
if you're an online advertiser who's interested in scaling your ads with the right setup of your accounts, then what I have is a beginner-friendly start from scratch kind of challenge that shows you.
And had put chips in their passports identifying them as a threat. Al-Midhar comes back to the United States, I believe it was on July 4th, 2001. He's allowed back in, not stopped, not questioned. So here's a guy that the CIA knew came to America, had been at a terrorist summit meeting in Malaysia.
Let me pause right there. Most people don't even have a fucking real ID and they have to stop your ass at the airport, allegedly. You got to move to the side and they have to, do what they need to do so your ass can get a real ID. You mean to tell me when they scanned this man's ID, it came up on their screen as a TERR, and y'all let this motherfucker in? A few months before everything went down, you allowed this motherfucker back in. Allegedly. I watched the 9/11 documentaries, all right? But I like the way Carson Tucker, he kind of put everything together like this. You said you cried for the people that you never knew.
Asia in January 2000. He's allowed to leave and come back.
Midhar was able to exit and enter the country at will because he was issued a multi-visit U.S. visa. According to a summary of an interview with an FBI agent from Alex Station, quote, Al-Hamzi and al-Midhar obtained their visas to enter the United States at the American consulate in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. All told, the vast majority of the 19 9/11 hijackers had their visas issued at that consulate in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. At the time, John Brennan was running the CIA station there. Just a few days before al-Midhar re-entered the country at JFK Airport in New York, the FBI and the CIA held a joint meeting in New York City to discuss the bombing of the USS Cole, which al-Midhar was involved in.
And killed 17 soldiers on the USS Cole.
An FBI agent was shown a photograph of al-Midhar taken at the summit in Kuala Lumpur. The agent asked the CIA who this man was, but the CIA once again refused to tell them. It wasn't until August of 2001.
Let me say this right here real quick. Mayo, you mentioned something. All right? You mentioned treason. OBAMA. OBAMA should be top on that list. Are y'all hearing me out? For all y'all that supported this knucklehead, OBAMA should be top on that list. Oh, he's the first black guy. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. And if you know your fucking history, he wasn't the first black person to hold that office. Do your homework.
That the CIA finally alerted the FBI. And of course, by then, it was too late. It's not just Mark Rossini who testifies to this. Another anonymous FBI agent told investigators that, quote, she believed the CIA's operation may have spun out of control, and that they, the CIA, came to the FBI with limited information in an attempt to locate the hijackers without revealing the true nature or extent of their operation against al-Qaeda, end quote.
This is the failure of the 9/11 Commission and every other fucking commission that ever existed after that.
But if the CIA was grooming the hijackers as sources, the FBI failed too. When al-Hazmi and al-Midhar were in California, they lived for a period in the home of an FBI informant called Abdus Sattar. And yet somehow, the FBI never learned about this. Then, less than a month before the terror attacks, the FBI began an investigation into a French-Moroccan national called Zacarias Moussaoui. He had just moved to Minneapolis from Oklahoma, where he resumed aviation training. After raising suspicions during training, he was arrested on August 16th and charged with immigration violations. But agents were denied permission to search his laptop and the room where he was staying. His exact connection to the hijacking remains unclear even now, but he did receive wire transfers from Ramzi bin al-Shibh, who was also sending money to the hijackers. In July 2001, an FBI agent stationed in the Phoenix field office sent a memo to headquarters theorizing that there could be, quote, a coordinated effort by Osama bin Laden to send individuals to the United States to receive aviation training. For some reason, this memo was never received by headquarters, not until after 9/11.
So, Mel K, you took the words out of my mouth. So you tell me that you gave these people the green light to come over here. You get them established. And you send them through training, aviation training. Are you fucking serious? You send them through aviation training. Y'all, this is brand new information to me. Beanie said Silverstein, they also connected that the Baltimore Bridge that collapsed last year after being struck by. You said several trained in Florida. Yeah, we definitely doing part 2 on YouTube. Definitely.
Why? Possibly because as late as 2003, the FBI didn't have a functioning internal email system. Most case files were not digitized, they weren't searchable, and employees did not have access to the intranet.
Your roommate just took up percussion. You need a job that gets you out of here.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me just tell you what it does.
I got it.
First of all,
let me give shout outs. Let me give shout outs to TikTok, y'all. Let me give shout outs to TikTok real quick. I don't know what the fuck is going on with y'all finger equities. I do apologize. I don't know how quick y'all be moving y'all fingers. But damn. Y'all are tapping the fuck out of that screen. I see that. So are we? Hold on. We at 107,000 likes. Are you fucking serious? Now we at 108. Y'all are amazing. Truth Teller said it keeps lagging for her. Is it lagging for you all, or y'all see it just fine? You said, have I seen 100 loose change or in Is everybody else, is y'all fine? Y'all good? Make sure that we're not. You good? Cause I told y'all I put a new motherboard in that fucking computer, so we should be good. I put a brand new motherboard right here, right in this fucking computer. That's what we're using. Y'all should not be lagging. All right. And my CPU is fine. All right, thank y'all. All right, let's finish up. We almost there.
That's true. By September 2001, the Bureau's computers were so out of date, it took 12 commands simply to save a document. And in the aftermath of the attack, the FBI distributed photographs of the suspected hijackers via express mail. They didn't have scanners. The Bush administration worked hard for us not to know any of this. They hid it. Many of these details were discovered during the Congressional Joint Inquiry into 9/11. But when Congress released its report, the 28 pages dealing with the hijackers' time in Southern California were hidden. They were redacted. When a man called Philip Zelikow took over as the commission's executive director, he reached a secret agreement with the White House to block his investigators from accessing records related to the hijackers until the White House had already screened them. Government documents show that the commission investigator assigned to this topic complained that, quote, Zelikow limited the number of witnesses that commission investigators could interview. And just days before the report was released, Dieter Snell, senior counsel to the commission, attempted to remove most of the details of the Saudi collaboration with the hijackers. Some of the findings were included in the end, but they were buried in the footnotes. The truth is, the official 9/11 Commission report, sold to the American public and the world for decades as the definitive account of what happened that day, is a lie.
9/11 Commission is a cover-up.
But how did the Bush administration manage to hijack what was sold as an independent commission?
Okay, let's pause right there. Y'all, we almost there. Okay, we got like 40 more seconds. But every time they say a P word, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. You said, "Oh, great vibes. You're gonna lose your mind when you see the documents I'm about to send you. If you think this is bad, ooh, your mind." Listen, I don't know how Edie is switching back from YouTube to TikTok, then from TikTok back to YouTube. I don't know what the fuck this woman is on. She's drinking something. Her ass smoking some shit. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but her ass is. You said we doing part 2 on TikTok, GV, Kristen. I'm tired of pausing this video. I want to go all the way through. I want to do part 2 strictly on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for the taps. I ain't going nowhere for a minute because I'm about to let guests up inside the box. But you said look at the elite casket. It's the flag and it's wrinkled and that's where they're taking out a. Yeah, I am. Y'all, we had 122,000 taps. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Everybody that has been tapping the screen and playing with your phone. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for playing with your phone with your finger. Take that how you want to take it. We all grown here. If you sensitive, get the fuck out of my life. Thank you so much for playing with your phone with your fingers. I don't know why the fuck I'm looking this way, because if I look this way, y'all may cuss me out. I don't give a fuck. Keep playing with your phone. It's doing this live some good. Just make sure you wipe the screen off when you're done. Just wipe the screen off. That's all I ask. Cause I want you plugging your phone up. I want you plugging your phone up. Your ass get electrocuted. And we ain't talking about water on your phone. We talking about, just regular natural juices. Truth tellers, they get a wet wipe. All right, y'all.
And what exactly were they trying to hide? We'll reveal what we found in the next episode.
There it is right there. There it is right there. Part 1. You said just nasty, Great Vibes. I ain't nasty. We grown. Shit. Now, the box is open. The guest box is open. All right? If you want to come up and, you know, because there's so much shit I want to say, but I can't say on. You said, oh, no, you better look again. Old man Bush flask was wrinkled. Well, Tori said that BIDEN was 7.5 inches. 8.5 something. 10 inches. Some shit like that, too. Yes, yes, McCain, he was definitely part of that. You're right. Right? Walk around. McCain, even, you know, God rest his soul. But, you know, McCain had that neck. He had issues with his neck. You know, I'm not doing it. Y'all, hell, you two, y'all can see the chat. They over here, listen, 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 the box is open. The box is open. If you want to come up and speak, the box is open. That's right, 132,000 taps. Thank you so much. No, we are not doing part 2 here. We are not doing part 2 on TikTok. It's going to be straight. It's going to be straight YouTube for part 2 of this. I can't do it. I'm not going to risk the platform for this. Because I need to talk the way I want to talk. The shit that's in my fucking head, I get taken down. You say, I'm so glad to see so many people knowing these things. Yes, it's about to get up. You listen. What Mel K just said. Look. Let me pin this comment. Look. Beanie, you said when I'm doing it on YouTube, when he dropped the video. I would love to talk Candace, but my live ain't set up for Candace, and it would throw YouTube off. So there will have to be a different stream to talk Candace. You said, how do you find it on YouTube? How do I find it? You talk about Carson Tucker? That's his name. But when he release it, we doing it strictly on YouTube. All right. You listen, you can't trust nobody. You can't even trust people here on TikTok. You can't trust people on social media. My suggestion to you all is don't trust no one. The only person you should trust or barely trust is yourself. Don't trust no damn body. Do I need to say that again? Don't trust no fucking body. The same people, right? Y'all see it right here. Proof is in the pudding of the video we just watched. The same people that say that they're with you is going to be the same people that's ready to see your downfall. The same exact people. The same people that says, I'm with you, is going to be the same people that's going to snatch your shit and paint you out to be the bad person. Don't trust nobody on social media, including me. Nobody. Who just gave a galaxy? Country Girl. No, that was you gave a heart. Country Girl, thank you so much for the heart. Beanie, thank you so much for the Daily Heart Me. Krista, thank you so much for the 5 more Go Populars. Nisi came in here with a fucking galaxy. Thank you so much for that. Amy says, I understand fully what you are saying. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, if I was on the messy side of TikTok and social media, you know... But remember, we're talking about people's lives, right? We know what happened back in September. And a lot of people, you're talking about over 2,000 people lost their lives and, and their loved ones. And that should have never happened. I could see some localized, like the shit that happened down there in New Orleans. Do y'all believe that man, he just did that all willy-nilly? Or he was put up to do it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The guy that drove his pickup truck down there on Bourbon Street and ran all those people over and then opened pew, 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 pew. Now look at Charlie Kirk. Their job with Charlie Kirk. And once again, let me say this. Once again, I'm still running with the fact, with my opinion, that he is still here. I'm sorry, y'all. My gut is not telling me that he's gone home. Because even me looking at their memorial service that they did, if y'all, once again, his wife was up there on the stage. Right? Y'all see that? Did she not do that? His wife was up on the stage. And if you watch her speech, her delivery, and her body language, she was not talking about her husband. She was talking about Charlie Kirk like he was just like a business associate or he was hired on to the team. Now, we already know how they got together. So once again, I did not see a mourning wife. Now, if you watch Candace Owens, if you're watching her podcast, every day she's coming up with new details. Because even like today what she showed, at least what I watched, the people that came out and told their stories, the footage, and the people that told their stories of what they saw at the event, these people was placed there to talk about what happened. These wasn't your regular college students that was on campus. These people was placed there to talk about what happened. Right? Nisa said it was put in the SUV. It wasn't. Listen, Edie, you say his wife set him up. Once again, I look at everything. All right? If it was blood there, I want y'all to walk with me, okay? Walk with your boy. If it was blood there, if you go back and look at the video, his security team and also his media team that was there, you didn't see them walking around look like they was stepping over his blood, right? You know how you see something on the ground, you try to make sure you don't step on it, especially that because it's fresh, allegedly. They were just, not once they looked down. Oh, I'm about to get to something. Not once they looked down. They were just walking back and forth, removing stuff. And did y'all see that? And then it's something I watched. We're going to talk about that camera in 1 second. And everything that I'm saying is allegedly. I watched one guy break the video down where he slowed it down, right, from behind the table. And it caught one of the chairs going through the table. I looked at the video and rewinded it and slowed it down myself. And I clearly saw that it was a chair going through the table. I said, okay, all right, wait a minute. Hold on. Back up. back up. So once again, Great Vibes is saying, hey, I don't think this guy is unalived. Now, these are questions. We know right now we are in a very predominant digital age. Everything is digital. Holograms are what? It's digital. Let me be quiet. I don't want to put that out there yet. Not yet. Let me just be quiet. Let me just be quiet. You said that they went down all off. Remember I told y'all, I made this comment. I said, for me, everybody is involved. His security detail, everybody that was up there next to him was involved, including his own wife. And according to that business contract that they had with Turning Point USA, who's advertising the business right now? When I showed y'all, because y'all got to remember who's in her ear. We know that she was was she like a model or something for she was like a miss something. Was she something like that? Somebody help me out, because she was hired through our current person that's in office. Miss Arizona, that's what she was, Miss Arizona. But remember, this was a while back, before she even met Charlie. Miss Arizona. Okay, his pageant. Gotcha. Thank you. I knew it was something. I knew she was in something like that. Once again, I don't tell husbands how to mourn their wife. I don't tell wives how to mourn their husbands. But I'm sorry. That's why when I played the first video of her standing in his studio where he did his podcasting, the way she was standing there behind that podium, I asked wives and I asked the women to come on the panel, and y'all tell me from a woman's standpoint, what do you see? I'm a guy. What the fuck I know? From a woman's standpoint, what do you see? Now we watching the damn fucking the memorial service. She did the same damn thing. She's 37. She's gonna be 37 in November. And Charlie was what, 31, 32? Charlie was trying to get the e-files released, and she was involved in that. You said, what's her jewelry about? You talking about when she held up the jewelry? Held up his cross? The same cross he was wearing around the neck, and a lot of people thought when it hit him, they thought it was a wire coming from his ear. He had an earpiece, but come to find out, it was the necklace that she gave him that ricocheted. But once again, if you ask Great Vibes, this is me. Charlie Kirk is not gone. Y'all got to remember months prior to this. Hell, damn near a year prior to this. He was up under a lot of scrutiny, right? A lot of people was coming at him, especially the I people. They already wanted his head. So my question is was that a time to protect him about making the assumption that he's no longer here? I don't know. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. Deborah said it was a hologram. I don't know. Don't listen to shit I'm saying. I'm just brainstorming. Rebuild a connection center said, watch he comes back and they say he was the chosen one. Hell, most of our ass supposed to been out of here last night. We here. When did the rapture? We still here. Edie said, I went through these stages, but I've come to the conclusion he's gone. Edie say he's gone. I say that he's not gone. SC brought up Project Bluebeam. I talked about that already. Truth Teller said brainstorming is good. Yeah, it is. Most of us ain't got no brain like me. Most of us ain't got no brain like me. You ought to see my... Have you ever looked at your brain? I mean, since nobody requests to get inside the box, I just run my fucking mouth. Have you ever looked at your brain? Somebody asked me this right here. Somebody answer this. Deborah said Charlie's head security man used to work in the hour as a security man. Somebody answer this question. This is what the question that you ask when you high. Please just drop it in the comments. What color is the mirror? The mirror that's in your bathroom, what color is it? I see reflective black. I see silver. I'm just asking questions.
I know you said that you...
Y'all, hold on. Yeah, so you said y'all sound like Shelly. You said whatever is going on, all this truth is coming out. But yeah, so pretty much, listen, y'all. That's pretty much all I have when it comes to this topic, because I got to be mindful of YouTube. We don't want to stretch it for YouTube. I want people to actually watch the YouTube channel. So YouTube, y'all hold tight. Hold tight, YouTube. Hold tight, YouTube. I'm going to be back. All right. I'm going to be back. So I have to end the